All right, time to give a grade to the offense as we enter the bye week for the Arizona Cardinals. Look, the team is 3-2. Most of us would take that 3-2 record with the opponents that they've had and the way that they won some of their games. But when it's time to give out a grade, and when you're looking at the offense, I think a C- is the best I can do for the offense. Now, at times, they've done some nice things, but at times they have not. When you look at their ranking, they are 29th in the league in passing and 26th in the league in rushing. That's at the bottom. They're rushing for under 90 yards a game. So it obviously hasn't clicked yet. You're hoping with Max Hall that it can turn around. But with Derek Anderson, with some of the struggles, with the defense winning the game against the New Orleans Saints, C-, possibly a D+, the best I can do for the Arizona Cardinals as I take a look at them through 5 games.
All right, going into the bye week, I give the Cardinals defense a C+, and they get that C+ based on what they accomplished in this last game against New Orleans, where they really put it all together and had a dominant defensive performance. If you go back to the road games and you look at the game against Atlanta, they really didn't play well in that game, and they really struggled against San Diego. The defense was very poor in those games. I'd give them an F for both of those games. But I think as well as they played in the last game, causing turnovers, getting to the quarterback, stopping, making 2 stops, 1 first and goal at the 5. They stopped New Orleans. Another one, New Orleans had first and goal at the 14, and they stopped them from getting a touchdown. I think they put it all together in this last game against New Orleans. So going into the bye, I think the Arizona Cardinals defense gets a C+.
If I'm grading out the special teams for the first quarter of the season, I'm going to go A-. The reason why I'm going so high is because Jay Feely has been very solid, and you can't ask anything more from LaRod Stevens-Howling. Plus, the penalties aren't nearly as bad this year as they were last year. There are quite a few times that you would lose lots of yardage on special teams. And of course, the punting has been fantastic. It's amazing how well Ben Graham has been so far this year as he was last year. The one reason why it's a minus and it gets brought down is the struggles they've had in the punt return game. Having the ball hit off somebody magically and being confused like in the Raiders game. Or Andre Roberts has not been all that consistent, although give him credit, he had a very good game against the New Orleans Saints. That is the one area that needs to be fixed. But when you look at special teams, there's about 7 different areas that all get lumped into the term special teams, and only punt return has been a weak point. I think Kevin Spencer's done a great job.
All right, state of the Cardinals. There's where you think you are, like the 0-5 Niners, and you think you're going to win the division, or there's where you are, and that's in first place and at 3-2. So you could say that actually exceeds expectations right now for the Cardinals, figuring where they're at with the injuries and the quarterback situation. You know, maybe a more realistic expectation might have been 2-3, but the Cardinals are 3-2 right now, and I think they have upside. If you look at the defense, now first of all, the defense got buy-in from the quarterback. Like, how does that happen? Well, if you come to work every day and you think you have no shot at winning the game, then you're probably not going to bring your best effort. So now the defense believes in Max Hall. You saw the renewed enthusiasm. If you get Gerald Hayes back to help stop the run, Darrell Washington can be a passing down kind of guy because you move Paris Lennon over to the weak side inside linebacker. Then all of a sudden you're bolstered on that one. On offense, you get back early Doucette and Steve Breston, the experienced receivers that Max Hall needs to go along with Larry Fitzgerald. And then you look at the back half of the Cardinals' schedule and the home games, and you're looking at a team that I think has the best shot of anyone in the NFC West to win the division and, yes, defend it for the 3rd straight year.